Hey everybody, we're from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2 Game of Thrones mod Let's Play. So today we're going to continue to work on getting out from under the Karstarks, which has basically been our goal from the get-go. In the previous episode we were able to take Eastmelt for our own, so we actually control 2 provinces now, and hopefully that is going to effectively double our income and our army sizes. That will remain to be seen, but one can hope. So anyways, before we get started today, just want to remind you guys to hit that like button if you're enjoying the series so far and you'd like to see more. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's the best way to follow along with this series or any other series on the channel that you might enjoy. So let's get this rolling. We can close that. And I probably don't need that open either. Okay, cool. He's going to come join us. I honestly don't even remember. Oh, I think these guys were the 2 that had the claims on Carhold. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff happening right here. Mira, I think it's all of their families. Yeah, I think a bunch of their children and their wives and all that stuff. So, we basically can declare war on him now. Oh, he's got my 2 children technically hostage because I'm in his court. So, as soon as we resign from his council, we would be able to declare war. Apparently we do have a valid reason. I'm not sure which one it's referring to. Probably the 2 claims that we just picked up. But I don't know that I would want to press somebody else's claim on this. I think I'd prefer to have my own. And I think that's what our... Yeah. So our Justicar, who is our sister Daisy, is fabricating a claim on that right now. So we'll see what comes of that. Obviously, if it doesn't work out, we can press the claim of the 2 people we just picked up. Or, one of the 2. But, yeah, we'll see what happens there. Patience is a virtue, but sometimes it gets on my nerves. No, patience is good, man. Let's see. God, she is such a good character. And she's just and charitable now, too. Huh. Okay, I thought she was... Yeah, I'm her guardian. But that's good, I'll take it. Damn, look at her. Double digits and everything. Except for Marshall's skill. Awesome. So, we might need to find a way to make her our heir. Because she is easily the best character we have. And, oh, winter time. That's never fun. Nelsor's just not shaping up to be quite the same character. Let's see. He is greedy. That's not a great trait to have. Charity. Of course, he's not going to get charity. So, he has neither now, which, at least he's not greedy, because that would have hurt his diplomacy even further. He's just not looking like he's going to be a very good character. Which is a real shame. Real shame. Let's close those 2. And so it really comes down to now seeing if we can maybe change our inheritance laws. It looks like we're almost there. He'll probably need to rule for a little bit longer. He's got trouble making friends too. Man, this kid is rough. Honest or Gregorious. That's probably the best 2 combinations there. I mean, the rest of these are bad traits. So he's honest. So of course he got the lesser of the 2. But I'll take it because at least it helps his diplomacy. He's not going to be very good at intrigue, but at least he'll be able to function in some of the more basic stuff. Gregarious there would have been great, but can't seem to ever win on our children, or at least our sons. We have a rough time with our sons. Apparently our daughters not so much, but even with Rook we were doing pretty good, and then he got that rude trait, which just really killed me. I was so upset about that. Let's see, Baron of Fever, Peasant Revolt. I don't care. By the way, what is my current ambition? Do we have an ambition? Become Regent. You know what? Can I... Yeah, let's cancel that. And I would much rather work on my lesser skills. There it is. Yeah, improve that. You're 32, you still got time to learn, so... We'll see if we can't make him better at intrigue. Not that we do a lot of intrigue, but it's always nice to have skills in that regard. We're still working on our levies here. Your errant subject Harwood has converted to the old god's faith. I didn't know that there was an issue with that, but good to know. Apparently our maester was not a... That makes sense, though, because a maester would have come from the south, and they're more likely to worship the Seven than the old gods. But we managed to convert him, so that's cool. That is cool. Let's see, she is now a trained fighter. She was a poor fighter before, now she's trained. That also gave her another martial skill point, so now she's up to double digits in everything. So let's see, for us to make this happen, I believe we need, yeah, Cognatic, because that would put her on the same grounds as everybody else. So, since she's older, it would bump her ahead of her brother. To pull that off, we probably won't be able to, because we need to have some sort of history with it, and we just don't have any of the cultures required. So I don't know how we can make that happen. If you guys have any ideas how we might be able to pull that one off, please let me know. But it's not looking like it's going to be a possibility, because one of the requirements is to have a culture that prefers it, or have it be historically something that our house has done, and neither of those is true of us, so I think that one condition is going to kill us, which is a real shame. Yeah, real shame. Elective. That's something that we could try to pull off. The issue with that, though, is that we might end up with people... we saw this in our Elder King series, where eventually... what am I... Oh, that sucks. The Karstarks are getting a lot of grayscale. I wonder what's up with that. Anywho, in my Elder King series, we saw that happen. Eventually, we got beaten out of our kingdom by a different faction, and we basically lost everything. So that's a very dangerous mode of inheritance to use. Sure, let's join the gossip sessions. Mance Raider, a black brother of the Night's Watch, has arrived in Weeping Bay seeking an audience. He's here recruiting for the Watch and implores you to help him by sending men and supplies to the Wall to aid the defense of Westeros. Gotta watch out for this guy. He's gonna betray the Watch eventually. I don't have that much gold to give you. That's a real shame, but I have no other choice. Yeah, I mean... I wish there was an option in between these where, like, take some men, but I don't have any money, but I don't have anything to give you. Sorry, man. You're asking too much. I'm broke. But yeah, that's something to consider. Going to elective. Because then we could elect our daughter. She may or may not win, so that's sort of a desperation play. Going for this is the safest route, but again, I don't know that that's necessarily possible. Winter is ending. That's awesome. Someone's trying to kill Eddard Karstark. I don't really care. Not my problem. Let's see. So we've got almost 2,000 men. And, well, not right now. We have the potential to have almost 2,000 men. And let's see, are there any new factions that we can be part of? We can try to depose them. No. Oh, the scandal. So we got 2 intrigue. Awesome. So that puts us at 6. We can continue to work on it. But once we hit 8, we're not going to be able to work on it anymore. Hopefully when we get there, we overshoot it a little bit and we get like 9 or 10. But, yeah, after that, we'll have to figure out what else we want to do. Cool. That is cool. And so, I wish we had more money to work with here, because I would really love to buy some upgrades, but I don't think we've had 75 gold at any point. So, yeah, good luck with that. And if we ever do reach that, we're going to have to pay the Iron Bank back, which I'm hoping we can accrue enough money before they come back, because I would really like to pay off the loan once and for all. Paying off the interest every 2 years is really, really killing me, because I think we've paid well over what we borrowed at this point, solely in interest, and so by paying the minimum, we're drawing this out and spending a lot more money than we need to. Always follows the rules. She's honorable. That's a good trait to have. Ruthless is probably a good trait to have in life as well, especially in this world, but I don't know. I like the idea of having honorable characters. It's going to hurt her intrigue, though, which is kind of a shame. 60% chance of no effect. I'm going to go with this one, honestly, because I think I'd rather her not have either. But if she does end up with one, I think Ruthless is slightly better, although it doesn't really fit the character. So it would appear that she got neither, which is what I was hoping for. Yeah, so she ended up with neither. Of course, they're here before I can afford to pay them back. Well, at least it seems like we're making a little bit more money than we were before, so maybe by the next time they come back, I'll have some money. And of course, you know, someone sticks their hand out, and then somebody else sticks their hand out, and now we gotta pay this guy, or he's gonna hate me. Minus 20. I don't know, this mod is pretty brutal when it comes to funds. Like, it is impossible to accrue any sort of money. It's like every single person wants a handout for something. Like the Night's Watch, they want 20 gold from me. That was like more than my entire treasury. I don't know. Let's see, somebody was released from Benjen's prison. Huh, she adopts a very authoritative tone of voice with everyone. She loses patient, gains proud, or no effect. I don't know. That one, if we go with this one, we might gain humble, which is a good trait, but we might lose gregarious. There's an 80% chance that something positive will happen here, and a 20% chance that we'll lose this. On this one, it's sort of the same, but proud is not quite as good as humble, I would say. I guess it doesn't matter. But would I rather have patient, or would I rather have gregarious? I think I'd rather have patient, to be honest, because that's a more spread out bonus, I think. So let's try this one. Although I feel bad for slapping her, but we'll try to humble her a bit. And it seems like that went well. Yeah, so her stats remain intact. She doesn't like me as much now, which is unfortunate, but at least we didn't lose any of her good traits. I wish these kids would just grow up already. Raising them is making me go gray. Okay. So, who are we under now? That is a... yeah, I was going to say, that's a Martell banner. That's very interesting. I found it so odd that Aegon married Arianne here matrilineally. It was just... I don't understand that at all. So, they only had one child before he died. And so now we have a Martell as king, but he has the Targaryen features from the look of it. He's got the white hair. Very interesting indeed. And not a very good character either. He's proud. Interesting. Leader of a rebellion against the realm. The King of the Iron Throne is a rebel, huh? And then, of course, John Connington is the actual king in King's Landing. Who is his heir? Argilac Connington, right here. He is 13 with no betrothed. We might be able to make an attempt on that. I don't know that they would ever go for it, but we could definitely at least try. Oh, and they would say yes. What if I gave him my... or not gave him, but what if I married my other daughter to him? They would still accept. That's very interesting. No way I could get it matrilineally, though. Yeah. But that's an interesting idea. I wish she were older. It's going to be so long before that happens. And I just don't want to give up my eldest daughter. She's too good a character. I mean, granted, this daughter's going to be a really good character, too. I just hate to sacrifice either one. Let's kind of wait and see on that one. But that's an interesting idea. You guys can let me know what you think of that. I'm not going to act on it At least not in this episode. We'll wait and see if the younger daughter becomes as good a character as the older daughter. It might not sting as much to let her go, but at the same time, I would still hate to do it. I hate sending off family members in this game. I always like bringing more in because you have like a bigger power base. Very interested in the garments. Some of the... Okay, so my son's like a fashionista or something. What does fashionable do? Diplomacy and attraction. Well, it's a good trait, I guess. I mean, it's all positives, so doesn't really hurt. It's so weird. I keep forgetting that that Ramsay Bolton had children with our wife before we stole her away. Interesting too that none of the children that they've had so far have come out with the strong trait. The only ones that have died in infancy, which is kind of ironic, because, you know, they would probably live longer if they were strong. Who? Harwood, you better watch yourself, man. Let's see. I can fire him. I think I'd rather just end his plot. No need to imprison him. Oops. And I should probably send my marshal, or I keep calling him a marshal, my master at arms, to train troops in Eastmelt so that we can get that fully garrisoned, and then once we do that we can bring them back to Weeping Bay to get the little bonus. So let's see. Really? Did he die? He did. That's unfortunate. 61 years old though. That's not bad. Not bad in this universe. So let's see. Lambard, Rowena. I'm not a huge fan of Lambard. Maybe we'll give it to Rowena. She doesn't look like the type anyone would expect to, I don't know. Let's see. She's lowborn. Is there anybody in my court we could marry her to? Who's not, like, super old? Harwood, how old are you? 37? Let's see. Really, nobody. I don't like that. Let's see. If we go to arranged marriage this way, there's really nobody I can marry him to? I don't understand that. There's plenty of single women in my court. I don't know why it's not showing them. Him. Okay, he's not single. Let's see. She is married. Oh, is she married to him? I think she is. Alice, Leopold. Anybody else? Let's see. How about you? You're pretty young. Is there anybody in my court? There's a couple Starks. Lenara. Well, they're way too young. That's kind of weird. Let's see. This would net us... Ooh, Golden Company. That's really interesting. There's my daughter. I'd really prefer not to marry him to her. What about Daisy? I don't want to do that because I would lose her as Justicar, I think. I wish I could filter this by... Let's see. That will sort it by realm, but I want it sorted to, like, my court. Which I don't know if you can even do. Yeah, it's just going to make me go through, like, every potential option. I don't recall her name already. So let's try this again. Rowena. And then we'll go back into the court and find Kriegard, and then we will arrange a marriage between him and... Oh, look, now it does it. Okay, Rowena. Perfect. We might lose her as Spy Master, but that's okay because we had replacements. We do, however, still want to marry that Karstark as well. So let's go find the Karstark. Torin. Oh, he's already married. Perfect. Okay. So the Overtons, or was that his last name? Let's see. Where did he go? Yeah, Overtons. I don't think they have land anywhere. And good, it did not remove her as Spy Master, so that's nice to know. Do the Overtons hold any land? I'd like to know. Apparently they do. So where are you? Oh, right there. In Overton, of course. Well, I was going to make Kriegard a lord whenever I had the opportunity to make one for being loyal to us, but it would appear that, you know, the family is already land owning, so I don't know that we would necessarily need to. I would have really liked to bring up like a new noble house. Maybe we'll do that with, I don't know, we'll give a lowborn some land or something whenever we have land to give, and then they'll create a new noble house that is loyal to the Raventrees. So, one thing we need to do is find our sister actually, that reminds me. Okay, so he is married to Brella Stone. Interesting. Why Stone and not Royce? Because Stone, she must have been a bastard. Yeah, she is. Okay. Stone is the last name of Bastards of the Vale. So, like, for example, Jon Snow or Ramsay Snow, they're bastards, so they get the name Snow. In the Vale, it's Stone instead of Snow. Anywho, I was trying to see who we could marry our sister to without losing her. Ooh, an Umber. But then I would lose her. That sucks. That really sucks. Lord of Lasthearth. So that he's the head Umber, basically. Can we pull off a matrilineal marriage? We can. But is there anybody worth pulling it off with? That's always the question. He's ugly, he's got the mark. I don't know, you just seem... Yeah, he's ugly, alright. What do we got? There really are not a whole lot of great choices here. This guy's worse than a lot of infants at 20 years old, so I think we'll pass there. This guy's got some decent... Oh, wow. Strong, attractive, gluttonous. Otherwise, he's a pretty solid all-around character. That's tempting, actually. I think we're going to make that one happen, and that would also give me a claim to Stony Shore. That seems like a pretty beneficial marriage to make happen. We don't lose our sister, we gain a claim, and we gain some pretty good traits to pass down through our bloodline. So, overall, I think that's pretty much a win-win. So they're betrothed now. He is, you know, underage, so we gotta wait like 3 years before the marriage can happen. But luckily they're not too far apart in age. I mean, it's like 6 years, so it's not terrible. Who's this guy again? I honestly don't even remember why we threw him in there. The Faceless Man. Ooh, was he an assassin, maybe? I don't remember why we imprisoned him. What's his opinion of me? Not great. Fine. I'll be merciful. He apparently didn't seem to care, though. Yeah, he must be an assassin or something. Can I ransom him? No, why not? Besides the fact that it's auto-saving right now. Is he just not worth the money? He can't afford the 10 gold, okay. Hey man, times are tough, I understand. If of all people, I understand. Well, you're just gonna have to rot then. Yeah, this is a real shame. Oh god, wild parties. Is she at that age? 14? Yeah, she's getting there. Arbitrary? No. Oh man. She's already charitable. We don't want lustful. Although lustful's not a bad trait, actually. She would lose piety, but it would up her fertility and her intrigue. So that's actually not a bad trait. Both of these are... Well, I mean, chaste isn't terrible. It would help her learning, but it would hurt her fertility. Arbitrary is obviously a terrible trait, so I'm actually going to go with this one. We can't get charitable again because we already have it, so we'll see what happens. She gained charitable again. Okay. Is she double? It's like, did it give me +6? No, it didn't. Unfortunate, but whatever. Not a big deal. Okay, well, I think we are out of time, so I'm going to go ahead and break it off here for the day. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing here. Maybe moving it to our daughter. Again, I don't know that it's necessarily possible unless we go for the elective, and that has a whole other bag of issues that come with it. And then let me know what you guys think about the potential marriages to the Umbers and the Martells and King's Landing. And I think that's it. So, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you guys. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.